Welcome to the Backyard Professor Responds videos. Okay, I watched the Skywatcher Part 1, The Journey Begins video. And I'll share my comments on that and share my ideas. This is the Jake Barber group who is going to summon and retrieve crashed UAPs or summon UAPs and communicate with them somehow, etc. Right? So humans interface with the UAP using consciousness. I took some notes so that I can get this right? So I can cover the main essential points. So they are saying that there is consciousness contacting these UAPs with human consciousness. And this is not unique to the United States. It is a global capability for crash recovery and reverse engineering, is how Jake described it. He said the kid who was interviewing him, I guess that my impression is he must be part of the team. He'll be the video maker or whatever. He'll be the one to put up the YouTube videos and do the documentaries with all the exciting and weird, mysterious music in the background and all that to hype this stuff up. He said, prove it. Make it appear, and we can gather the data on it. That's what we want to see. That's what this guy interviewing Jake said. So the team was introduced. They have equipment that they showed them unloading, various different types of measuring devices, apparently, etc. And they showed who the experts were and had a nice little discussion with each one of the experts. Looks like a good team. And they show, you know, it's kind of an introduction video to the whole thing. So they show them bringing out their equipment and setting it up. You know, they have the dramatic music and all that. They say orbs. The one gentleman said what he saw, and he did ask each individual one, you know, how certain are you? And they said 100%. Very certain, we know. So the description of some of the types of objects that they summon in the sky is orbs, crafts, and pyramids. The angular extreme speed, and this gentleman says he has multiple witnesses. And my question is, do you have any video? I don't care about your witnesses. We need video. He says he can summon them anytime I want. So you should have 15 to 20 computer hard drives chock full of videos showing them so that you can absolutely demonstrate this, perhaps. You can summon them anytime you want. If you have people who have good video equipment, we could potentially be seeing tens of thousands of UAP. If you don't show that much evidence in the next year, you'll never see my comments, or I will never see your show again without question. Because now we have a gentleman who says, anytime I want. I would suspect if I was the team leader, if I was Jake Barber, you would be one very, very busy hombre. I don't mean once a week either, right? So you're setting us up, trying to give us the impression that you've got the goods and you've got obvious capability of producing the goods, and we are looking very forward to seeing what you produce. So this is a good thing, in my opinion. Michael Batista, that was the gentleman's name. Are you videoing at all, and why not show it, was my other question. So now the other interesting thing that I noticed in this particular video, they showed clips, very, 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 very brief clips, showing them looking up in the sky. Whoa, there they are. And then they showed the video clip. One was going down at an angle and another one was going up. And they said, yeah, there's two of them. And it was maybe 5-second clips again. And so they didn't show them showing up. They just showed the quick 5-second clips. There is nothing anomalous in that video clip at all. They really could have been satellites. It was just two spots of light going off in different directions. Sincerely, I will leave a link to the video in my description, and I strongly encourage you to watch this video for yourselves so that you can see if my discussion is decent or online, or am I out of line? Did I completely misunderstand them, etc.? There was nothing in that particular video clip that caught my eye as being weird movement or anomalous or speed or anything like that. Just two satellites. The interesting thing is, another one of the team members gets on and he says, now, yeah, I'm sure there are some who could say that those are just satellites. That's because if it looks like a satellite, acts like a satellite, moves like a satellite, I am 100% justified in saying it's a satellite, and I will do so when I start collecting my own camera video data. But he then says, well, but some of these things had real weird motion and movement, and they turned and veered off, etc. So that particular clip doesn't count as that evidence for UAP. However, I sincerely have to critique your video editing here, because the gentleman did say, yeah, we saw some weird movement and all. Then why every clip you showed in this next sequence of, and there were several lights, there really genuinely, I mean, there was stuff all over the place based on this particular video sequence that they showed, but they kept editing the video. It was several short 2 to 4 second in length time video clips that were strung together, and they were kind of disjointed and jumpy and odd, etc. Why would you not show the light going, turning, and going, elevating? Why would you clip that out? Now, I might be getting the wrong impression. He did claim there was some weird movement. There was some weird vertical movement, and satellites don't move that way. On the contrary, satellites will go every flipping which way in the sky all the time. There isn't just one correct path for a satellite. There is not one quick direction. I mean, if the majority go from east to west or whatever, that doesn't mean some can't go up and down and diagonal, etc. Especially if all they're doing is just flying straight. But I never did see any video whatsoever that I can't say justifiably it's just a satellite. And I'm asking why? Because if you were on the ball videoing them, which obviously you were, why not show the ones that changed direction? To me, that's extremely odd behavior on this group's part. I just didn't understand why. And then you interpreted this as an intelligent being. I can't follow you in that conclusion at all. These were not intelligent flying craft of any manner, except for the human jet rocket that flew them up there and stuck them in their original orbit in the first place. I literally saw nothing wild, weird, anomalous, or that a satellite couldn't do in this video. So it's a whole bunch of spliced short 2 to 4 second length videos of beads of light moving in straight lines. So, and then the gentleman who said he went up on the roof said, yes, I went up on the roof so that when the psionics team was going to summon the UAP, I would be there with my phone so I could video them. A team of this caliber really sincerely needs better equipment than a phone. The cameras on phones are not good equipment to use in videoing UAP. I suspect by now we should have that basically under our belt, especially for this elite team who is apparently used to working with seriously expensive equipment. Why is your camera equipment so shitty for so important of a task? Would be my question. So, why is it such a jumpy video when the psionic summoner summoned and he said, okay, yeah, I'm getting something, I'm connecting with them, and the gentleman on the roof caught the video, caught the thing, they put it on their their computer screen, and they showed just 4 real bumpy jumps. Now that might be because the thing was flying so fast that they couldn't get it, that's fair. And it wasn't at all clear. And then he said another one came from the other direction, and they got video of that. And that was the one, the disc. He said the one looked kind of roundish like an egg, and the other one was more of a disc. And that is the one that they showed their chart where it was above ground and they were trying to calculate the speed of it, etc. But instead of showing any video, they showed a drawing. That's not acceptable. I don't want artist impression drawings. You said you have evidence. That's what we're looking for. Artists' impressions do not and never will count. So my question is, there's enough people out there also who know, you people of all people, your military, your ex-military, have you ever heard of night vision binoculars or night vision monoculars? To hear you say, yeah, I'm using my phone, is unacceptable. Are you serious about doing this right like the Tedesco brothers do? They have some very serious equipment, and they're out there doing that. I hope. Now, you said it'll take you about 12 months. I'm more than happy to let you have the time to present your evidence, but not with cell phone bullshit. You really have to up your game and use credible materials, in my opinion, like the Tedesco brothers. So, yes, and that drawing was shown at 21 minutes, 24 seconds. Absolutely unacceptable. So, after Gary Nolan spoke, you then show a video of, as you label it, an artist rendering. Now, Nolan didn't see anything. He was there to support, to give support to make sure that the scientific basis of this type of data gathering is done accurately, and I greatly appreciate that. Truly, I do. Nolan did not see anything, but he saw people's reactions, and that impressed him. But what he said is, he said, we want to be able to gather the data and be able to describe how we gathered the data so that other people in other places or at other times can then use our techniques, what type of equipment we were using to obtain this data so that we can use it as a comparison cross-check. That is exquisitely good. I like that very much. So you will be better prepared and help others who are doing this also, which is wonderful. And you also did a artist rendering of the video of the disc coming the other way. That is absolutely unacceptable. Don't do that. Don't do that in any more videos. You have the equipment. We want to see what you captured, not some hokey artistic rendering. That's called AI, and that will destroy everybody's field, including the UFO. AI cannot be trusted. Stop that right now before you really make it a habit. You've only done one video, so you're on a good start. Don't continue down that road. We're not interested in any kind of artist rendering whatsoever. I don't give a damn how cool you can make it look. Doesn't work. So, but again, and I love Nolan's view, but again, you have a gentleman there who says, I can summon him anytime I want. But you only got one quick egg and one zippity-doo-dah disc, and that was it for 3 days of work. Surely you can do better than that with a gentleman who says, I can summon him anytime I want. Perhaps a little bit of clarification, because I'm pleading ignorant here. I don't know how it works. Maybe the process of summoning really does take a toll on the summoner, the psyop, and he might have to take a day or two off. I'm entirely good with that if that's the case. Not a worry. But on the other hand, that's not the impression he gave us. He basically said, oh, anytime I want. And he looked the eye right in the camera. I said, I summon him anytime I want, every time I want. So our hopes based on that claim is that an enormous amount of data within 12 months can begin coming out, as well as really good videos, photographs, etc. That would be nice. That would be nice. And now I do want to read the very first comment on this video that echoes my sentiment, and it is said with total sincerity. If you're going to make this work, we are 100% behind you. Go team. Yes, because we all want this, right? But there are caveats. And my sincere hope is that you understand how serious this request that we are all making of you is. And please try to align yourself with this request. If you would please, it would be extremely helpful. Let me read the comment, a very well thought out comment. Skywatcher, I have comments. Please take them in a positive way. Every team member should have a GoPro type camera recording looped footage on a tripod whenever there is even the slightest chance craft might appear. That way you have multiple cameras. I love that idea from all sorts of angles. That's very good. I like that. Monopod camera recording footage on a tripod. Oh, yeah, sorry. Monopod walking sticks for everyone, so every recorded handheld image is stable. Phones are backup cameras only, not the main source. Absolutely. They are comm devices and GPS sources rather than for primary video. If this is going to be a real project to prove this issue conclusively, then lead with proof. To keep the eyes on the screen, asses in the seats, no sketches. I believe each of your accounts, and I will second this. I believe each of your accounts. It's not about that. It's about getting clear footage before you offer it to the public to go with the personal accounts. So that little bit of footage in this video would have sufficed had it been clear enough to know it wasn't a jet or some other prosaic item. You have offered much, but it's 2025, and everything offered needs to be decisive in order to cut through the cynicism of the world. You have the team, for which we are very grateful, I will add. Hone the skills and methodology and show us. Then the world will have the proof. I want to see more. Please impress us. Very well said. Yes, please. This is such a golden opportunity. And you men on this team are so blessed to be able to participate in this. What I wouldn't give if I could retire early and come and join you. I'll tell you what, seriously, I would love to. I would love it. But you have an absolutely excellent opportunity. Please don't go the way everyone else has gone and just make it a cinematic production. And I understand you want views, etc. No, you don't. You want to present evidence, and I can promise you this: if you will present crisp, clean, obvious evidence, your views will increase 1,000,000-fold past the meager 242,000 views you've had in this first 2 days of your first video, because the world wants evidence, not cinema. So a good start. Nice, fun little introduction video. Got to know a little bit of the team. This is wonderful. We see that you do have some equipment. Don't ever say you're going to use your cameras again. Put those away and let's get you with some real good equipment, and we're all rooting for you. But don't do the videos ever again as shoddy as you did in this first video. Your video clips need to improve, and I mean right now, immediately, or you're going to fail, in my opinion. So thank you for all your efforts and work. We are watching you, and we will be supporting you and helping you if you'll do it correctly. Godspeed and good luck. This is going to be an exciting year with your work.